everybody, it's Tara. Welcome to the 3 bookshelves. Today we're going to find out what Hogwarts house I belong in. Before we get started, can I just show off my shirt for a second? Okay. I wish you could see it in the frame when I'm sitting down, but you can't. So we've got Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff and Gryffindor and Slytherin, and I love it so much. My favorite Harry Potter shirt for sure. So at some point or other, every Harry Potter fan wonders what house they would be in if they went to Hogwarts. Some pick based on the Sorting Hat songs or what house their favorite characters are in, while others dive deep into analyzation of the houses and themselves and take hundreds of sorting quizzes online and spend years deliberating until they finally pick the house that's perfect for them. Or is that just me? For a long time, I went back and forth between Slytherin and Ravenclaw, but after my Pottermore sorting, which I'll tell you more about later, I finally settled on Slytherin, and I have been a proud snake ever since, or at least up until 2 years ago when my son was born. Having a baby drastically changes your life, and becoming a mother can drastically change who you are. And in my case, I think maybe it did. So for a while now, I've been having a little bit of an identity crisis because I'm not sure what house I belong in anymore. But that's what we're gonna figure out today. I'm gonna tackle this problem from 3 different angles. First, I'll look at the canon house qualities, which ones I have, which ones I value the most. Then I will compare my Myers-Briggs personality type to the house that it fits best in. And then, of course, some old-fashioned sorting quizzes. So without further ado, let's get into this. Let's start off with canon house qualities. Now, of course, there are layers upon layers of what makes a Gryffindor Gryffindor, and a Slytherin Slytherin, and so on. But for the sake of this video, we'll be looking at 10 key traits for each house, which ones I have, which ones I value, and which ones I wish I had. Just gonna pull those up on my handy-dandy iPad because I don't remember what they are. Slytherins are self-preserving, ambitious, cunning, resourceful, pragmatic, proud, traditional, loyal to their own, and they play to win. Ravenclaws are clever, wise, knowledgeable, curious, creative, individual, eccentric, open-minded, and accepting. Gryffindors are courageous, daring, chivalrous, heroic, determined, hot-tempered, quick to action, they desire glory, and they play by their own rules. And Hufflepuffs are loyal, fair, honest, trustworthy, hardworking, patient, modest, protective of themselves, family and friends, and team players. Now in Harry Potter, you're sorted not only based on the qualities that you possess, but the qualities you value the most, and the qualities that you want to have. One of the greatest themes of this series is, as Dumbledore puts it, that our choices show what we truly are far more than our abilities. And judging by Harry's sorting and several other characters that were between houses in their sorting, the sorting hat agrees, and they take choice into consideration. So I'm implementing a point system. I'm gonna give 2 points for the qualities I do have and 1 point for the qualities I value the most or that I wish I had. So let's start off with which qualities I do possess. Wrote these down too because apparently I can't even remember my own personality traits. From Slytherin, I am self-preserving, cunning, resourceful, pragmatic, loyal to my own, and I play to win. From Ravenclaw, I'm clever, curious, creative, individual, and open-minded. From Gryffindor, I play by my own rules. I have become more hot-tempered and quick to action, and I definitely desire glory. And from Hufflepuff, I am modest and protective of myself, family, and friends. The qualities I value the most are my resourcefulness and pragmatism, which are Slytherin, my cleverness, creativity, and individuality, which are Ravenclaw, and my protectiveness of my family and I guess myself, which is Hufflepuff. And what qualities do I wish I had? I wish I was more ambitious like a Slytherin. I wish I was more accepting like a Ravenclaw, more courageous and determined like a Gryffindor, and more trustworthy, hardworking, and patient like a Hufflepuff. And now let's tally it all up. We have Slytherin just barely in the lead with 15 points, Ravenclaw with 14, Gryffindor with 10, and Hufflepuff with 8. And now let's move on to my Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, or MBTI personality. If you're not familiar with MBTI, it's basically just a really complex personality test. I am an INTJ, which means I am introverted, intuitive, thinking, and judging. I've taken the test at 16personalities.com a few times in the last few years, and I've always gotten INTJ, but I took it again last week just to make sure nothing's changed, and I was brutally honest with my answers, and I got INTJ again. Fun fact, a lot of fictional villains are based on the INTJ personality type. So that's reassuring. It would take forever to read you the entire rundown of the INTJ, so I'll put a link down in the doobly-doo if you're interested. Suffice it to say, it seems like they're pretty balanced between surprise, surprise, Slytherin, and Ravenclaw. So I looked at 10 random websites that sort the MBTI types into Hogwarts houses, hoping that there was going to be a consensus of which house INTJs belong in. Many of these websites sorted the types into hybrid houses, and INTJs were always either Slytherin Ravenclaw or Ravenclaw Slytherin, except in one instance where the primary and secondary house was both Slytherin, and that site said that INTJs are the epitome of pure Slytherin. But otherwise, it was split right down the middle. 5 said Slytherin, 5 said Ravenclaw. So I looked at another 10 websites, hoping there was going to be a tiebreaker, and guess what? 5 said Slytherin, 5 said Ravenclaw. Thanks a lot, Myers-Briggs. Thanks a lot for your help. But after reading a lot about INTJs, and I mean a lot, I personally think that they fit better into Slytherin than Ravenclaw, so I'm gonna break this tie myself and give this one to Slytherin. And now on to the fun stuff, sorting quizzes. I have taken so many sorting quizzes over the years, and I'm pretty sure I've gotten every single house at one point or another. For this study, I'll be taking quizzes from time.com, personalitylab.org, and buzzfeed.com. Links down in the doobly-doo if you want to take the test for yourself. And of course Pottermore, but we'll save the best for last. I'm going to be doing the quizzes on my iPad, which I'm going to try to record. I hope that it works out. If not, I'm gonna try to take screen caps so at least I can stick those up somewhere. Probably not gonna show everything just because it's gonna be really long. We're gonna start with the time.com quiz. Okay, there are questions and you agree or disagree on a scale. Disagree is 1, agree is 7. So let's do this. First question, I am an ordinary person who is no better than others. I'm better than murderers and, you know, thieves and rapists and stuff. Even if something scares me, I will not back down. Nope, I'm a coward. This is why I don't belong in Gryffindor. I'm just not a brave person. I only do the minimum amount of work needed to get by. Maybe a little bit more than minimum. When working, I often set ambitious goals for myself. I always set ambitious goals for myself. Do I stick to those goals? Not very often. Often check my work over repeatedly to find any mistakes. Yes, that is totally me, like full on 7. I tend to manipulate others to get my way. Yeah, I do. If there is an important reason to face something that scares me, I will face it. If there is a really important reason, absolutely. Get results! Hufflepuff, 54.9%. Ravenclaw, 44.6%. Gryffindor, 0.4%, and bottom of the freaking barrel, Slytherin, 0.1%. What? What? Slytherin, 0.1%? That's just... I do not agree with that at all. Moving on. The next quiz hopefully will make a little bit more sense. Personalitylab.org. This also has an agree or disagree scale. Disagree strongly is 1, agree strongly is 5. Alright, first question. I am someone who is relaxed and handles stress well. See, this is how I've changed because I used to really handle stress very well. I was always calm, cool, and collected, but now it's kind of impossible to be calm, cool, and collected when you have a baby and a toddler. It's just, I'm gonna say 2. Let's be brutally honest. Tends to be lazy. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm kind of lazy. Stays optimistic after experiencing a setback. Again, this is where I am different than I used to be because I used to be a pretty optimistic person, and now very easily I'm, you know, doom and gloom, this is the end of the world. Is inventive and finds clever ways to do things. I think I'm pretty inventive and clever. Feels little sympathy for others. Honestly, I'm not the most sympathetic person. I try to be. Doesn't always work. Is systematic and likes to keep things in order. Yes, 4. Is dominant and acts as a leader. Absolutely 5. Starts arguments with others. No, I kind of go out of my way to avoid arguments. Has difficulty getting started on tasks. No, I am great starting tasks. I am crap at finishing tasks. Feels secure and comfortable with self. Less so lately. Is less active than other people. Yeah, absolutely. 4. I'm a couch potato. Has a forgiving nature. Not really. I might forgive, but I don't forget. Has little creativity. I think I'm a pretty creative person. I'm gonna say 1 for that. Is helpful and unselfish with others. Keeps things neat and tidy. Inside I want to keep things neat and tidy, but it's so hard to do when you have a toddler. It's so hard. Worries a lot. Oh my god. I never stop worrying, is sometimes rude to others. I try really, really hard not to be because I hate when people are rude to me, so I make it a point not to be rude. Is suspicious of others' intentions. Depends on the person. Like, I'm not suspicious of my friends' intentions, but Joe Schmo, I don't know. Probably a little bit. Keeps their emotions under control. Not as much as I used to. Has difficulty imagining things. Absolutely not. 1. Assumes the best about people. No. Is temperamental and gets emotional easily. Why are so many of these questions pretty much the same thing? Is original and comes up with new ideas. I like to think so. Which Hogwarts house do you think you should be placed in? Ah. Well, that's the question, isn't it? I don't know. Can I skip that one? Which Hogwarts house would you most like to be placed in? That I'm gonna go Slytherin. I want to still be a Slytherin. All right, submit for scoring. Okay, so Ravenclaw 81, Slytherin 65, Gryffindor 62, and Hufflepuff 51. See, that makes so much more sense to me than the other quiz. That makes total sense. And now for BuzzFeed, because if we're gonna do this, we might as well do it terribly. Let's go BuzzFeed. This is a straight up question and answer. During the end of your exams, you notice that one of your classmates was using an enchanted quill. You come top of the class anyway, but they are second. What do? I would do nothing. I don't like to get involved in stuff like that if I'm not directly involved, so I'm just staying out of it. You would be most hurt if a person called you weak, ignorant, unkind, or boring. Ignorant. You're locked in a duel with a skilled opponent. They fire an unknown spell at you and you shout, I need my wand for this, Expelliarmus! Or Protego! Or Stupefy! Or Crucio! Okay, is this really gonna just like put Crucio to Slytherin? That's not nice. I think I would stun them because that would give me a chance to either escape or retaliate, whereas shielding, they're just gonna keep coming at me. So I'm gonna say Stupefy. It's your 5th year at Hogwarts and you've just received a howler from your parents. What is it for? Probably being at the library after hours. Let's be real. Which of these Dumbledore quotations speaks to you? Oh, all of them speak to me. Oh, this is so hard. Okay, I'm gonna go with words are our most inexhaustible source of magic. How can I call myself a writer if I don't choose that one? Which of your skills are you most proud of? My ability to get what I want. The first Quidditch match of the season is approaching and you can't wait to get involved. What role are you playing? I'm not a sporty person, so I'm gonna just be in the crowd. You are allowed to bring a pet to Hogwarts, an owl, a cat, or a toad. Which do you bring? Considering I am a crazy cat lady already, cat. It's Saturday, you finished your homework and you have some free time. You decide to spend some time away from your common room. Where do you go? I'm caught between the library and the kitchens because I like a good snack, but library. Or the room of requirement. I mean, that would just give you whatever you need. If I need a snack, it's gonna be there. If I need a new book to read, it's gonna be there. We'll just say the room of requirement. It might give me a snack and a book, and that's ideal. What would you see in the mirror of Erised? This is so obvious which house is which answer. I guess loving family and friends. Choose a Deathly Hallow. Definitely invisibility. I have always wanted the ability to be invisible, so to have that cloak, yeah. That's my dream. Which path do you intend to follow after leaving Hogwarts? I feel like I should do the family one because I'm married, I have a child, I have a family. That's where my life has taken me. And finally, we know the Sorting Hat takes into account your preferences. That's what I'm saying. So which Hogwarts house do you feel you identify with most closely? I'm gonna say Slytherin. Oh my god. You are 30% Gryffindor, 25% Ravenclaw, 23% Hufflepuff, and 22% Slytherin. Okay. This is why I'm having this identity crisis. Am I a Gryffindor now? Oh my god. So, Gryffindor gets a point. So now we have a point for Slytherin, I guess 2 points for Slytherin, a point for Hufflepuff, a point for Ravenclaw, and a point for Gryffindor. How is this happening? Clearly, those online tests cannot be trusted, so we're gonna move on to Pottermore, but before I do the test, I want to tell you my Pottermore sorting story. I spent years trying to figure out which house I belonged in, so when Pottermore came about in 2011, I think, I was so excited that finally I was gonna get an answer. It was gonna be the official be-all end-all answer of what house I would be in. And Pottermore sorted me into Gryffindor. I am not a Gryffindor. I am not a Gryffindor. Nope. I was not going to accept that. I was not. Clearly, I could not rely on the Pottermore sorting hat to put me in the right house, so I decided to take matters into my own hands. I collected all the information I could about the Pottermore sorting test, all of the known questions and answers, and the general consensus on which answers resulted in which house. And then I created a new account on Pottermore, and I took the sorting test again, this time trying to skew it towards Ravenclaw, because at that point that was the house that I believed I should be in. But I didn't get Ravenclaw. I got Slytherin. And then it hit me. I just tried to cheat a supposedly uncheatable system to get the results that I wanted because I was right and it was wrong. And if that's not Slytherin, I don't know what is. But I can't very well do a study on which house I belong in without taking the Pottermore test again, so here we go. Moon or stars? Stars are neat and all, but the moon kind of, you know, helps us exist as a planet, so I'm gonna say moon. If you were attending Hogwarts, which pet would you choose to take with you? Oh my god, there's so many options. I'm gonna go with white cat because I've always wanted a pure white cat and I've never had one, so this is my chance. What are you most looking forward to learning at Hogwarts? Apparition and disapparition? Pretty much I'm gonna go with that one, I can already tell you right now. Yeah, apparition, absolutely. Which road tempts you most? There are wide sunny grassy lanes everywhere in my city. Narrow dark alleys are scary and dangerous. Path through the woods, again, I can find that in my own city. I cannot find cobbled streets with ancient buildings, so I'm gonna go with that one. 4 goblets are placed before you. Which would you choose to drink from? How can I resist something that smells of chocolate and plums? I'm gonna go with that one. It just sounds like the most delicious one. Which of the following do you find most difficult to deal with? I hate cold. I have to go with cold. Given the choice, would you rather invent a potion that would guarantee you love, glory, wisdom, power? Well, I already have love, so I don't really need that. I want glory for what I do. I don't want just glory out of nowhere. Wisdom and power. This is tricky because I feel like in certain matters wisdom can be power. Power without wisdom is a bad thing, so I'm gonna go with wisdom. Left or right? Left for some reason. That's what my mind went to first, so left. Guess what, you guys? It put me into Slytherin. I feel relieved. I feel instantly relieved. Instantly happy with that answer. So let's tally up my final results. The canon house qualities I most embody are from Slytherin. My MBTI personality type most fits Slytherin. The various sorting quizzes put me into Ravenclaw, Gryffindor, and Hufflepuff. And Pottermore put me into Slytherin. So that is that. I think it's safe to say I am still a Slytherin. I'm very relieved, I'm very happy because it means I can keep wearing my Slytherin tie. And you know, the whole identity crisis thing is over, so yay for that too. And what about you guys? What house are you in? And has that changed at all over the years, or have you always been in that house? Let me know down below. I want to hear your sorting stories. And that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this little sorting experiment was at least a little bit entertaining. If you did like the video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, everybody, happy reading. Knox. Bye-bye.